Yes, Steve. How you doing?
I'm all right, brother. How are you?
It's a lot better, that, ain't it?
It was a lot better, yeah.
Well, not than Cardiff, but than it has been at home.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't better than Cardiff, but I think you was also going to get a little bit of some players really wanting to prove something, and I think that they needed to prove something. One of them, the guy that Jose accused of being a virus, turns up, scoring goals, grabbing assists. It's almost like he's been freed, isn't it, lad?
Is that what you think it is? Or do you think he stopped playing for Jose as he's been accused?
No, I don't think he was stopping playing for him. What I think it probably was is he's been played in a position that suits him more. He's been asked to do things that suit him more. And look, we're a top-heavy side. And I think asking us to defend probably wasn't the right thing to do for us. Asking us to go out and score goals, to go and to play to the strengths of the team that we've got, even though it's actually missing quite a few big names, really. Lukaku, Sanchez. Yeah, I think both of them could probably come in and do pretty well. Great to see Angel Gomez get some minutes there today and obviously get a shot off. He was never passing that.
I love when he picked the ball up, first second he thought, shall I just absolutely destroy this guy? And then he thought, let's just keep it simple.
But do you know what I mean? It was noisy in Old Trafford today. There were smiles, asking Solskjaer for a wave, Carrick for a wave, Mickey Phelan for a wave. The feel-good factor is definitely back at the moment, and that is undeniable.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Is it because Ollie's in charge? Is it because we've seen a difference on the pitch? What is it?
It's both, isn't it? I mean, the one thing that you get with Jose is he definitely usually delivers. But when he doesn't deliver, when it starts to unravel for him, it does unravel pretty bad. And I think his attitude has been shit since Sevilla, and it was really obvious on the summer tour how bad his attitude to everything was. And his attitude could have brought us into this season in a better feeling. Like when he had the likes of Angel and Chong and Mason and that, and he took them on a pre-season, instead of saying, do you know what, Paul Pogba's just won the World Cup, well done to Paul Pogba, you go and have a bit of an holiday. Jesse Lingard been fantastic at the World Cup, go and have an holiday. He didn't say that, he was like, I've got no first team players and I've got to bring these youngsters. But do you know what I mean? His attitude to it put a downer on everything. And his attitude to this season has put a downer on everything. And he's been very antagonistic, he's been very combative with everybody, and then Ollie's come in and you probably couldn't get a completely opposite person if you tried, and it was sort of leaked by the club, wasn't it, on Tuesday, you're not going to rip into our new manager as much as the old one, and he was like, yeah, aren't we? And then they go, it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and you go, oh, they probably won't. And then even if you look at Ollie's press conference, actually, after the Cardiff game, he said that wasn't good enough as a performance, but you have to really listen to what he's saying to get that out of what he's actually said, because he does it in such a nice way. Like, he was asked about the performance, and he was like, that's because we've got good players. And he was asked about scoring 5 goals, first time since Sir Alex Ferguson in the league, and he's like, first time since Mickey Phelan was back. The guy's so humble and pushes everybody else into the limelight first, that it's given everyone a really nice feeling and a really nice vibe, and he's gone, everyone's getting a chance. So Baye out of the gulag, Pogba out of the gulag, anyone else that's been like shunted aside because they fell out with Jose, you've all got your opportunity now. And the youth players have got their opportunities now. We saw him take Jimmy Gunnar and Angel down to Cardiff. Angel gets his opportunity today. There's going to be some coming in the next few days, I'm sure, the next few weeks. Everybody's going to get a chance. Marcus was ill today. So I think he running himself into the ground. I think probably the same thing that Martial was out with. So I reckon there's a good chance that you're going to see one of the strikers, one of the forwards, whether that's Chong or Mason, brought him back onto the bench for Bournemouth, and if not, in the FA Cup. And it's all positive and it's all good at the moment, and that's all we can be, because let's be honest with ourselves, we're not winning the league from here, are we? I mean, getting top 4 is going to be graft as it is. So all we want to see now is let's have a good go at it. Let's have a good, honest go at it and see what happens.
You agree with that, Bill?
Yeah, man, 100%. Completely refreshing. I didn't know a virus would do so well, to be honest, with Pogba, but it's actually unbelievable how some of those players have turned up and you feel like they're filled with confidence. The best thing about that is as soon as we score, we look on top by every single goal. We scored the first, we looked a lot better. We started playing in their half rather than, because we played a lot in our half, and I think that invited a bit of pressure at times. As soon as we scored, we got on top. The ball was all in Huddersfield's half. We were piling onto them. Same with the second goal. Then the third, we kept looking better, and that's how top sides, that's how City score that many goals in games. That's how the top sides in the league, that's how you win a league title. And unfortunately, because we didn't have this approach at the start of the season, because we didn't have the right man in, because like Steve said, his approach in pre-season with the youngsters, with everyone else, he wasn't filling everyone with confidence. Whereas Ollie's walked in, he's not talking about himself, he's not talking about what he's done. Obviously, he's not done anything compared to Mourinho, but the point is, Mourinho, people say he tries to defend his players at times by talking about himself. That's not the case. It's always about him. And when you're at a club like Manchester United, that can't be your approach. You look at the fans there in the end, you know, Ollie gives us a wave and everyone's just buzzing off that. Everything around the club's changed. The mood at half-time with the fans, everyone's got smiles on their face. It's like everything's just completely changed. From top to bottom, and that's what we wanted to see. You couldn't have picked a better situation, couldn't have picked a better run of games to sack Mourinho and get in someone like Ollie. And
What are you making up, pal?
Yeah.
Go on.
Go on, carry on.
I got a question for you anyway, lads. I got a question for you. Right, let's say we go 5 for 5 in his first 5 games, then we've got Spurs, which is a proper test, right? Pochettino seems to be the man that everybody wants as the permanent manager. What if Ollie dicks him?
I don't want to get into that conversation.
I'm asking you to get in.
Because I think being a full-time manager and being an interim manager is 2 different stories. As an interim, you're seen as that friendly figure that's anything but Mourinho, and you're lifting. Once you take the full job, it's a different pressure. He may be the perfect man. He may be our Pep. He may be our Zidane. We don't know. But we've just gone so far that it's difficult. He's saying give him the job. So,
but what I'm hoping that we've not made a decision right now already that he was coming in for 6 months and that was it. I hope there's a reverse clause in there that what if he wins every game? I'm not saying he's going to before everyone clips that up.
Wins the Champions League.
What if he wins every
Say
game?
that again.
What if he wins the Champions League?
Do you know what I mean?
We'd all want to keep him then, wouldn't we? But at the same time, I wouldn't keep him. I think Pochettino, no chance. Let's not get too excited, but in the Champions League, that's it. If we win the Champions League or whatever, and he ends up keeping the job.
No, forget the Champions League. What if he just beats Pochettino when we go to Spurs in a few weeks? Because that's a manager that's settled with a team that's better than ours. What if he beats him?
Can you really say it's down to 90 minutes who gets the job? Come on.
Yeah, man, because that's what we're all about, innit? We want quick answers and headlines.
We get Spurs in the FA Cup final, and it's like who wins gets the job. That'd be mint.
Who wants to be a millionaire, innit? Yeah. Let's have it.
Yeah, Jose's 26 millionaire, isn't he? Not bad. Anyway, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments. Should should Ali get the job permanently, or is it a bit of a risk? Cheers, man.